guys, it's Harry Hick Jr. here with another Blu Ray and DVD update for the date of June the 2nd, 2015. I hope everybody's doing well. I've been doing pretty good over here, just watching a lot of great stuff. Hanging out with friends, chilling. Yeah, just doing that thing. Anyways, let's get started with the nice haul we have here. So let's bring out the first selection. We have here is the Woodstock. This is the Director's Cut Ultimate Collection. This is the Woodstock 3 Days in Peace, Ultimate Collector's Edition. This includes pretty much all the performances that were in Woodstock. The initial, the theatrical release of this film wasn't as long, or the running time of the film was pretty much your standard runtime for any film. With this director's cut, you get pretty much all the performances that were sort of cut out just due to the time frame and the runtime of the film. But anyways, it includes performances from Joan Baez, Paul Butterfield Blues Band, Canned Heat, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Joe Cocker and the Grease Band, Country Joe McDonald, Country Joe and the Fish, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Grateful Dead, Arlo Guthrie, Richie Havens, Jimi Hendrix, Jefferson Airplane, Janis Joplin, Mountain, Santana, John Sebastian, Sha-Na-Na-Na, Sly and the Family Stone, 10 Years After, The Who, and Johnny Winter. As far as extra features, includes never before seen performances from some of the artists I've mentioned. And who else? What else? Newly remastered 4-hour director's cut. What else? The 40th Anniversary Ultimate Collector's Edition contains these sort of following things. The Lucite display with images from the festival, a 60-page commemorative Life magazine reprint, an iron-on Woodstock patch, Woodstock fact sheet, reproductions of festival memorabilia, including handwritten notes, and a 3-day ticket. I'll give you a closer look of pretty much the stuff you get inside the this commemorative box set. As you can see, it's just a ton of stuff. This particular set, there's only 140,000. This is number 12,269. Excuse me, 12,263. Which is awesome. It's one of those somewhat limited sets, so it makes it sort of rare. The box set it has this I can't describe the texture, but it's one of those vests you could find or see back in the 70s. Gosh, I wish I had the sort of description of the texture, but it's very awesome. It reminds you of those Native American sort of clothing that's made out of sort of skin or I don't know. It's hard to describe. But anyways, it's cool. And pretty much the set itself, it looks like one of those vests that they would wear back in the 70s, with the the sort of design and everything like that. And you got the patch. It's awesome right there. But let's see what else we have on here. We have includes on as far as the the video itself within the Blu-ray disc, includes a museum at Bethel Woods, the story of the 60s and Woodstock. You have plus more than 3 hours of new bonus features that I'm assuming weren't or are not on the regular director's cut, because there's two different kinds. There's the the regular disc, the Blu-ray disc case kind of director's cut, and then there's this. And I think these particular collector's sets, editions, contain a little bit more stuff. What else do we have here? We have, was it 2 hours of musical performances? Yeah, just stuff I mentioned previously. And you have, as far as, extra features, you have a comprehensive feature gallery chronicling the festival and filming start to finish, interwoven with interviews of Martin Scorsese, Grace Slick, director Michael Wadley, the Woodstock Festival executive producer Michael Lang, and more. So, crazy enough, I did not know Martin Scorsese was a part of this. I'm wondering if he did the film photography. I gotta check on that. But pretty awesome, man. When it comes to just decades that sort of stood out for me, the 70s is definitely one of those times. It's one of those times that I would actually say it's either the 70s or the 80s. If I had a time machine, I would go back to either one of those. I'll probably go back to both. Make it a 2-week thing, spend 1 week in the 80s and then 1 week in the 70s. And but yeah, the 70s, the music, the just the lifestyle itself, it's just one of those just eras in time where it was like, gosh, what a great time to be in. So much, arts, music, just it's just one of those periods that I would just love to go back to, and having this set, man, it's just one of those. I guess it's my hypothetical time machine to go back to see those events, even though I wasn't born, in that around that time. I'm an 80s baby. I do admire that era in time and the music. So this is going to be an awesome watch, a long watch, man. Was it 4 hours? Plus you get 3. It's like 7 hours in total if you include the bonus features and stuff like that. So this is going to be awesome. I'm probably gonna have to camp in for a week to watch everything on here, but it's gonna be a good watch. All right, guys, let's move on. All right, next we have Escape from New York. Really cool film. I haven't seen it, sadly enough. But basically, let me just give you a little small synopsis. It's set in a world of, ravaged by crime. The entire island of Manhattan had been converted into a prison. The houses and the world's most brutal inmates are pretty much, locked inside. The president of the United States crash lands inside this, inside New York. And pretty much he has to be rescued. So they hire the main character. I think his name is Snake Plissken. I was gonna say Jack Burton. Ooh, I'm thinking about what's that movie called? Big Trouble in Little China. Kurt Russell played the main character. His name was Jack Burton. So I'm getting confused. Funny enough, directed by the same director, John Carpenter. But anyways, you have the president is played by Donald Pleasance. If you recognize him from the Halloween, franchise movies, he was that that doctor who pretty much was trying to get Michael Myers, because he was just terrorizing people in those films and stuff like that. But anyways, moving on. Kurt Russell, the character he plays, his name is Snake Plissken. He's basically, I think he's like an outlaw or something like that. And then he's, tasked to pretty much get the president back. And hey, what better idea to put this type of person in these sort of circumstances. Someone who's well equipped, who knows how to get down and dirty and party with the best of them, as far as handle these types of situations. He knows how to, you know, weave in those sort of ways. Anyways, moving on. So anyways, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I haven't seen this film. One of the John Carpenter films I have never seen. But I hear so many great things about it. It's supposed to be one of those like cult classics. I do, you know what? I actually did see. I think it was the sequel to this film. It was Escape from L.A. But I heard it wasn't, you know, as good. I kind of liked it. It was kind of cool for me. But I haven't seen the original, so this is gonna be cool. Young Kurt Russell, awesome. Oh yeah, special features. There aren't really on anything on this particular set. Just, you know, pretty much the trailer and all that stuff. So nothing too big, but it's all right. Next we have here is the 2001 Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey. This is one of those films that has, you know, sort of been like one of those staples of science fiction that I haven't seen. Probably the only person on the planet who hasn't seen this. But this is gonna be awesome because I hear so many great things. I'm definitely a fan of Stanley Kubrick as far as some of his films. For instance, gosh, what's the name of that film? I actually just purchased it. It's on its way. Clockwork Orange. Yes, one of my favorite films. Yeah, it's definitely in the top 10. So yeah, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be great. I'll read off some of the special features because there's a lot in here. There's a commentary by Keir Dullea and Gary Lockwood. A Channel 4 documentary in 2001, Making the Myth. 4 insightful features, including Standing on the Shoulders of Kubrick's Legacy, 2001. The Vision of a Future Past, Prophecy of 2001. 2001 Space Odyssey. Look Behind the Future, What is Out There. 2001 FX and Early Conceptual Artwork. A look at Stanley Kubrick. Let's see, audio bonus, 1966 Kubrick interview conducted by Jeremy Bernstein, and a theatrical trailer. So pretty hefty amount of stuff on here as far as features and stuff like that. But my main, you know, thing is definitely watching the film. I hear so many great things. Can't wait to watch it. Okay, next we have is the restored collector's edition of John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13. This is the original Assault on Precinct 13. Assault on Precinct 13. I know there was a remake, I think it was early 2000s of this film, but it doesn't hold up. This is not the Scream Factory collector's edition. This is the Canadian collector's edition. Some of the features on here include new anamorphic, high definition, yeah, all that stuff. Let's get down to the gritty. Interview with John Carpenter and actor Austin Stoker, radio spots, still gallery, audio commentary by John Carpenter, the original theatrical trailer, John Carpenter's isolated score. Awesome film. I heard this is like one of John Carpenter's first films that he sort of put out, and I loved it. I saw this on Netflix, and I tell you, man, I think it's the first 20 minutes will make your mouth drop because it's intense. This one thing, it's one of those moments that will just hook you immediately. But all through the film, like it's amazing. It feels gritty. It feels such I love it. Basically, the story itself is about this father, and he's, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but basically he ends up pretty much having to go to this police station, and because of a certain event happens, and he pretty much is chased down by these, these gangsters, these thugs, and they're pretty much holed up in this police precinct that is pretty much closed. That is closing down. I think they're moving the station to another area, or no. Basically, it's being it's being, I guess, transitioned into a sheriff's department or something like that. And so the police station, all the police officers, there's pretty much like 2 or 3 there. They're pretty much just packing up, getting ready to move and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, this guy, this man, comes into the precinct, and he's like, help me, and he's pretty much getting chased down by these these gangsters, and it's like a ton of them. So they're pretty much holed up in this precinct, pretty much trying to protect the guy, protect themselves, because it's like an onslaught. It's like a zombie attack, but without zombies. That's what it feels like. Just guns and stuff. It's really hardcore. But awesome. I definitely wanted to, get this on Blu-ray because it looked amazing on Netflix, the HD and everything like that. So I definitely wanted to scoop this up, and the Canadian edition, collector's edition, is definitely, I guess it's kind of rare. So yeah, that's awesome. Oh yeah, and the collector's edition, because it's in Canada, it's considered Region 1, so you can pretty much play it on, if you a regular, previous US Blu-ray player or whatever. So just want to let you know if you wanted to scoop it up. All right, next we have here, this is the Clint Eastwood Man with No Name trilogy. This includes Fistful of Dollars, for a few dollars more, and The Good and the Bad and the Ugly. This is sort of the Sergio Leone director, his collection of these this sort of Western that revolves around the sort of main character. I believe it's the main character. I think it's the same character in each film that Clint Eastwood plays. But yeah, when it comes to Westerns, man, Clint Eastwood, man, he's my go-to, man. He's just I was sad that, when Unforgiven came out, that was sort of his last sort of Western, because, man, I think he could have done it for a few more years, because he just has that style. Some actors are strong in certain areas of film. Not to say that, Clint Eastwood, he's directed and, starred in a lot of great films. But when it comes to Westerns, man, that's what you know him for, man. That's his bread and butter, where he perfected the art. You know what I mean? So, definitely glad to own this. As far as special features, nothing's listed here on the back. I'll have to crack it open and see. Yeah, I'll have to watch it to see what's actually on there as far as special features. But hopefully they got some nice stuff. But even if they don't, man, just to own these on Blu-ray, just to watch these again. Because I've watched most of these on standard. I mentioned this one, and The Outlaw of Josey Wales. Basically, I've only seen just some standard video, standard picture quality. And to see it in HD is going to be like, watching it with new eyes. So it's going to be awesome. So, all right. Next, let's move on. We have the Maze Runner. Really cool film. It's so funny because when this film came out in theaters, I was a little hesitant because, in the sort of onslaught of, all these, teenage books made into films, sort of, era that we're sort of living in. I haven't been a huge fan of it, And to me, when this first came out, it looked too much, you know, like the same old thing. And so randomly, you know, I sort of waited it, you know, to come out. I watched it online, and totally changed my mind completely. It was amazing. It was I loved it, man. It was like it's hard to describe. It it totally took it to that next level, um, to where it's not that campy teenage book, you know, into film sort of thing. Um, and yeah, there's some scenes in here in this film where it was like, you know, I would put it up there with some of the, you know, better horror films that have come out recently. Um, but yeah, so definitely check it out. Special features, I'll read these off. I'm not going to talk too much about the film because, you know, I'm sure everyone, you know, can, you know, watch the trailer and see what's going on. I don't want to give away too much. I think in the beginning, you know, that's given enough of what's going on. So, you know, beginning of the film. So I wanted to just move on to special features. We have audio commentary from director Wes Ball and co-screenwriter T.S. Nowlin, excuse me. Delete scenes with optional commentary from Wes Ball. Excuse me. Navigating the Maze, the Making of Maze Runner documentary. Chuck Diaries, gag reel, visual effects reel, Ruin short film, and still galleries and storyboard. Yeah, so definitely looking forward to. I guess this is the second film, or the second film from the second book. This is going to be like a trilogy. So definitely looking forward to this, to the next film. If it's anything like the first one, I'm gonna be pretty. I think I'm gonna have to, you know, bite the bullet and head to the theater and go see it. Yeah. So all right. Moving on, we have here. This is a really great day. This is my first, I guess we call it Scream Factory, Shout Factory, collector's edition, Blu-ray. So yeah, this is my first one. And I'm pretty proud to, you know, pick this one up first. I checked it out the trailer. It's pretty cool. It stars Viggo Mortensen. This is one of his, I guess not first role, probably one of the, you know, starting, you know, acting roles he's had when he first came out. But basically, it revolves around this this guy who's, you know, he's on death row. He's killed, and his spirit comes back to life, and he starts terrorizing all these prisoners in this really gritty prison, sort of like Shawshank style, Shawshank Redemption. And I hear it's just one of those, you know, cult kind of classics. And I saw the trailer. Awesome. A lot of practical effects. Things, when it comes to, you know, effects, I've talked to you guys in the past about it. I love practical effects. And they, from what I've seen in the trailer, it looks awesome. So let me move on to the special features. We have audio commentary by director Rennie Harlan. Hard Time, the making of Prison, and all new retrospective with director Rennie Harlan, producer Erwin Yablans, screenwriter C. Courtney Joyner, stunt coordinator Kane Hodder, executive producer Charles Band, composer Band, production designer Philip Duffin, production assistant Patrick Denver, and others. You also have a poster and still gallery, original first draft of the screenplay. It's sort of in PDA format that you can sort of view. Yeah, definitely glad to check this out. I've heard when it comes to Scream Factory, when they do these collector's editions, they really, you know, put it all, you know, they really go all out to, you know, give horror fans what they want. As far as, you know, just all these features, all these cool interviews and, you know, behind the scenes footage and, you know, commentary and stuff like that. So definitely got down. First Scream Factory. Yeah, awesome. Can't wait to watch this. I think I'm gonna watch this tonight. Yeah. All right. We have one down here. Forgot to mention. All right. We have next we have here is Elysium. From the director of District 9, Neil Blomkamp. Like the film. I really like this film. I remember seeing it back in the theater, like way back, and a lot of people didn't like it. For me, when I went in the theater to see it, it blew my mind. Just when it comes to him being a director, he has so much creativity. I mean, he doesn't just direct; he writes these, you know, these cool films. Neil Blomkamp, and this is a really good film. I think the only thing that lacks when it comes to this is the casting. I think the casting is very off in this film. The character, I guess, was it the gosh, what's his name? What is his name? Anyways, forget it. Anyways, the character that his name is Kruger. He's like this mercenary that's in the film. The actor who plays him, he's a South African actor. He was actually the main actor in District 9. I can't believe I can't remember his name. But anyways, he's in this film. He's sort of one of the main characters in the film. Him, Matt Damon, and Jodie Foster. I think this should have been recasted. Like, I think if they could have taken out or just replaced certain characters, like the Kruger character, because when I was seeing his performance, it was kind of weird because Kruger's like this, you know, this mercenary guy, you know, this guy, you know, who's like a total, you know, psychopath, you know, mercenary. And every time I heard his voice, it would it would take me back, man. It was like his voice doesn't match. The voice doesn't match the character in a sense. It's like if The Rock had a helium, like had sucked up helium and had like this really high pitched accent or voice. That's what it would feel like. I mean, he was the guy Kruger in the film. He's a bad looking character, but the voice would throw me off completely. I think he totally should have been recast. Man, they should have gotten Mel Gibson or somebody, you know, to come in. If Mel Gibson played Kruger, oh my gosh, that would have been. You would have sold me on that. You know, that would have been awesome. But anyways, I think Matt Damon's character didn't quite fit. Matt Damon is a great actor. He's a really great actor. I just don't think he was fit for this particular role. The settings and everything, it didn't fit. District 9 is a totally different movie. It was set in, you know, South Africa, and it just seemed like Neil Blomkamp. I know he's, you know, from South Africa, and he wants to, you know, somewhat bring some of his, you know, actors and sort of bring that style, I guess, to his films. But in this particular setting, it was setting in Los Angeles. It just didn't feel right. It felt off-putting. It felt like he was trying to force these, you know, this sort of these sort of, you know, actors and these characters. And Jodie Foster's character, she had a South African accent. I didn't understand that one bit. And it threw me off too. It threw me off just as much as it did Kruger's accent and everything like that. Not to say, you know, I'm not against, you know, people, you know, actors portraying these, you know, characters with different accents. It just didn't fit for the film. It felt like it was forced, like just trying to, you know, force something. These weird character arcs into, you know, the film. But anyways, moving on. It's other than that, and Matt Damon's character, you know, I just didn't feel like they they fit these particular roles. Anyways, moving on. Great film nonetheless. Even though it had these certain actors, it didn't hurt the film at all. The effects, the visuals, just amazing. The guy's a magician. Neil Blomkamp is a magician when it comes to these sort of visual effects that in a way feel sort of practical, look practical. Yeah, great film. Definitely check it out. I'll go into special features. The special features include a collaboration in crafting performance in Elysium, engineering utopia, creating a society in the sky, extended scenes, visions of 2154, interactive exploration of the art and design of Elysium, journey to Elysium, envisioning, capturing, and enhancing Elysium, in support of story and visual effects of Elysium, technology of 2154. So, great film. Looks great on Blu-ray. No doubt about it. They say, this is a 4K remastering. Yeah, pretty awesome. Looks good. Alright, next we have here is The Warriors. This is the director's cut. Big fan of The Warriors, man. This 70s classic. Awesome. I'm really curious what the director's cut looks like because I've only seen the standard version. I'll go through the special features right quick. Special features include introduction by director Walter Hill. 4 features: the beginning, background, the way home, and the phenomenon, and the original theatrical trailer in HD. I have to aim out somewhat. I would definitely have to see. I mean, from just reading off, it seems somewhat small, but you got to go to each special feature to see what's going on because it could be a lot of meat. Like one little feature, like the beginning, could be like 20 minutes or so. So definitely got to check that out. But moving back to The Warriors, man, awesome film. The style, I love it. I haven't seen it on Blu-ray, so this is gonna be awesome. Anyways, yeah, great film. Check it out, guys. I'm not gonna talk too much about this because I want some people to sort of experience them themselves, but it's worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch. Check it out. All right, moving on. We have here is John Carpenter's The Thing on Blu-ray. Yes, one of those horror classics, man. Changed the game. What more can I say, man? What more can I say? This is a standard Blu-ray release. It doesn't have a bunch of features. I know Scream Factory has a. Well, no, is it Scream Factory? No, they didn't make one. Excuse me. Sorry, they didn't. I don't think they have one. I don't think they have a Scream Factory Collector's Edition. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I don't think they do. But anyways, wow, I haven't seen this film in a long time. But I remember, just growing up watching this, like on cable network, channels like TNT, they play this film all the time. Sci-Fi Channel, they play this particular film all the time. And oh man, scared the mess out of me. The effects, when it comes to the effects, man, John Carpenter, man, he is the king of doing it practical, man. Like, I know back then they didn't have all these effects like CGI and stuff like that, but what he was given as far as just practical effects, dude just mastered it. He with ease. I mean, it's some of these scenes in this film are just horrifying, like horrifyingly real. Great film. Yeah. So anyways, additional features on here. You have feature commentary with star Kurt Russell and director John Carpenter, which is cool. When it comes to Kurt Russell and Carpenter, they did a bunch of films together, man. A lot of cult classic hits. They were that dream team, man. Gosh, can't wait to check it out, especially on Blu Ray too. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, cool stuff. Oh, dropping stuff over here, people. All right, moving on. We have this is Batman Beyond Season 1. I got this pretty good deal, brand new. It was like it was like $4 and like $1, and I think it was 25 shipping, so it was like probably it was like $5 and something. On Go Hastings. Go Hastings, guys, check out that site. They give some pretty good deals. I told you about the whole Justice League set I bought for penny cheap. So definitely check out Go Hastings. But anyways, I got Season 1 of Batman Beyond. Growing up watching this, this is right after I had gotten into Batman the Animated Series. This was a few years after. But anyways, loved it. Loved the just the futuristic aspects of it. Was like a what do you call cyberpunk type of world. This is the cyberpunk Batman sort of animated series set in the future. Batman is sort of retired, and he's found an apprentice, and his name is Terry McGinnis, and he's sort of pretty much the new Batman in this world. And in this world in the future, it gets turned up. It was turned up in Batman the Animated Series and the comics and stuff like that. But when the future hits, it's a whole bunch of stuff. Like for instance, I'm trying to think. Gosh, I haven't watched it in a while. Like there's these certain sort of mutants that are sort of like half animal, half half human. And splicing, all this stuff like that, and there's new characters, new villains in the Batman Batman Beyond universe, and returning ones from the animated series and the comics and stuff like that. The bat suit and everything has just been upgraded completely. Dude's like Terminator, man. He's lifting cars and just heavy stuff. He's flying. With a jetpack, he's like jetpacks on his feet and everything like that. Really cool series. Looking forward to just own. I think there might be 2 more series altogether, 3 seasons. Definitely want to skip those up. Just waiting for that price to come down. I couldn't find a good price on it on Go Hastings like I did with this first season. But yeah. All right, guys, moving on. We have here is Hello Ladies, the complete series and the movie. Stephen Merchant, Ricky Gervais, huge fan of their work. I own pretty much a majority of their TV shows and everything like that, except for The Office, the American US Office. I had the UK Office, the original Office, but I don't have the US version of The Office. Not to say that's not a bad show. I can watch it on Netflix. There's a lot of seasons. I think it would take me a long time to collect all those. But I can watch it on Netflix. But anyways, Hello Ladies, awesome. It's basically about this web designer. He's basically just he's your average geek, like me, He's one of those guys where he's not so good with the ladies, yet he's not nervous around them. Like he thinks it's hard to say. He's not charming. What am I saying? He's a geeky guy trying to fit in. Like back in high school, you had these types of people, who try to fit in, but clearly they were just, not, they weren't in, the crowds. They didn't have the suave to be with the popular kids and stuff like that. But they would try so hard to impress them. That's kind of what this guy is. And he's an adult, and he's in Los Angeles. and there's like a lot of pretty people in Los Angeles. So he's just trying to he's trying to meet girls really, but yeah, he's still in that mentality of he's trying to impress these people, and not seeing the value in people's personalities and who they are, rather than just solely focusing on the outward appearance. He's one of those guys. But in the end, it's really heartwarming. It's a comedy, but there's sides to it where it gets somewhat brings you back to reality as far as the character sees how he's sort of becoming and what he should value in people in general, not just looks and everything like that. Great series. They canceled it. I hate HBO for that. It was a funny, the comedy in this. Even if you're not a fan of British comedies or just that type of humor, it's a great blend, because it's not just a blend of it's a blend of American, sort of the UK kind of funny comedy. So I think if you're starting to get into Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant, their type of comedy, definitely give this a watch. This is a good transition into those types of TV shows and stuff like that. It's a great blend. Funny stuff, a lot of good cameos from a lot of good actors and stars and stuff. This includes basically the series ended, but it didn't come up with the conclusion. So what they did was they made the movie, and it pretty much wrapped up everything within the series, because they got canceled and stuff like that. But anyways, it's a good deal. I got this on eBay for a good price. It was like $11. I think there's like how many episodes? I think there's like 7 or 8 episodes, and then you have the movie, which is just your regular length for the movie. I think it's like 1 minute and like 30. No, 1 minute. What am I talking about? All together is 320 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, moving on. You get a lot in here, including a movie, so you're getting a good deal. Moving on with special features, you have an invitation behind the scenes featurette with cast and crew, and then you have deleted scenes. Not too much, but it's worth it. Check it out. It was on HBO. If anything's on HBO, I would say it's got a good standing, and definitely much watch. So definitely check this out if you want a good laugh. Give it a look. Give it a look, people. All right. Next we have here. This is Memories of Murder. This is sort of based on a true story about South Korea's most notorious killer. When it comes to just Korean films, in general, when it comes to horror, romance, just all genres, this is the one film that stands out above them all, from what I've heard. It's intense. I haven't seen this yet, but I've just heard so many great things. When I see people have online, they have like their top 10 list of Korean films or any type of film. When it comes to the top 10 list of Korean films, I always see this, and it's number one, no matter what genre. Like they number one. So me, I'm a big fan of just Korean films in general. The collection is pretty intense. And to own this, I know it's taken me this long, but I was looking for a good deal because this bad boy is expensive. I sort of finagled my way around and looked at different sites and stuff like that, and I got it for a good price. I feel like I stole it for the price that I got it for. Usually these are priced at like $20, and this is just the DVD. But yeah, definitely glad to own. Can't wait to watch. Features here basically include optional original Korean audio track, which is interesting because I'm thinking they might have English dubbed. I'm not sure. Optional. That's gonna be interesting. Cast and crew interviews, deleted scenes, previews, web links, English subtitles, 5.1 surround sound, and 2.0 stereo, and yeah, you know what? It is dubbed in English. Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, most of the films the Korean films I've owned, they do not include the dubbed version. So, could explain why this was priced so high. But anyways, guys, check it out if you're into Korean thrillers. Definitely, if you've seen this, definitely give me just some comments on what you think about it, because definitely want to hear other people's opinions on this. So yeah, awesome. And next we have Star Trek Into the Darkness. This is the second film to the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, the first film he had come out. This is based on, I guess, the film way back, was it Star Trek The Wrath of Khan? This is sort of that interpretation of it. Yeah, I've actually watched this. Mixed feelings about it. I wanted to give it a second watch. I think I watched this online, maybe. I think it was online, and the quality was kind of bad, and yeah, and I think when it comes to films in general, it's always good to give it a second watch. Like for instance, you go to theaters and you watch a film, and then you may not have liked it. And that could have been, due to the surroundings you were at. So, always give a film a second watch, because you never know. You might just warm up to it, or opposite effect, you might just hate it even more. But yeah, I definitely want to give this a second watch. I don't think it pulled me in that first time, but I think if I give it a little second watch, I might get that capture that goodness, because it's got a lot of good reviews and good ratings for it and stuff like that. So maybe I missed something. So I'll definitely give it a second go. As far as special features we have was it The Enemy of My Enemy, the ultimate look at Khan. The protagonist, who's played by Benedict Cumberbatch, ship to ship, filming the extraordinary space jump sequence, Klingon homeworld, recreating the legendary species, and more. So, yeah. Nice. Can't wait to watch this. Okay, guys, so last but not least, we have here is John Carpenter's The Prince of Darkness. This is the collector's edition, brought to you by Scream Factory. This is my second Scream Factory purchase. Awesome film. I would say out of all of John Carpenter's films, this is my favorite, even beyond Halloween. It's a great story. The characters are great. You have Donald Pleasance from Halloween. You also have characters from a lot of his other films, like Big Trouble in Little China. A lot of characters are pretty much in this film, so it's like a combination of all these characters and actors who starred in John Carpenter's films, are all somewhat compiled into this one horror film. Scary film. I'm not going to say too much about it. All I'm going to say is check it out. You won't regret it, especially if you're a horror fan. Just amazing. The one thing I love about John Carpenter's films is, there are these scenes where, the certain protagonists in the film are, combating, these evil beings, these monsters, and to me that's amazing, because in most horror films you'll have some of the characters who just get killed off. It happens, but you rarely get to see some of the protagonists in the films sort of fight back. And mostly all the John Carpenter's films I've seen, there's this one protagonist who just says enough is enough and just takes on, you know, whatever uh, villain or evil being that's in there that are in his films, basically. So love this film. A lot of cool special features. You have audio commentary by John Carpenter, new interviews by John Carpenter and Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper's in it. If you're an Alice Cooper fan, definitely check it out too. And the theatrical trailer. So definitely looking forward to watching this again. This is one of those horror films I can watch probably over and over and over again, and it'll creep me out more and more. Definitely glad to awesome addition. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. Thanks again for checking out my channel. I'm really enjoying all the new subscribers who are coming in, and you know, even those subscribers, man, we've been doing it for a long run, but we're gonna keep on going at it. A lot of great stuff to come. Just a lot of cool things, man. All right, so this is Harry Hick Jr. signing off. Once again, if if you like my videos as well, definitely subscribe, like, or comment. Definitely comment on some of these these collections I've added. I definitely want to hear your opinions. You know, there's certain films that I haven't even seen. I would definitely like to get other people's opinion on these films. So definitely yeah, that's about it. All right, guys, this is Harry Hick Jr. once again signing off. Take it easy. See ya.